More about the tournament now. Joining us now is the head basketball coach at Rice University, Mike Rhoades. Good to see you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Adam Wexler with us as well. Thanks. We're talking some Final Four. And, Coach, you were here in the Final Four when you were an assistant coach at VCU back in 2011 when it was right here in town. Describe the feeling of a Final Four as a coach when you get to town.
Surreal. When we were on the bus coming from the airport and we went by the stadium and it said the road stops here, and that's when you knew, like, hey, we're in the Final Four. And the excitement walking out on the court in front of all the people for the first time, and you walk out in the court for warm-ups, unreal. And our guys, you could see it in our guys. It's something you dream of your whole life, and here we are.
The situation here in Houston then, like it will be now, it seems like a great atmosphere in the big arena again. Curious about your thoughts about playing in that setting, in that arena, in that stadium technically. How do you think it affects everybody?
Well, I think at first you're a little overwhelmed because it's so big. We've played in a lot of big arenas getting to that point to the Final Four, but it's even bigger. And then the guys got to learn how to shoot the ball because there's a lot of space, and it's almost like you're in a windy playground, and you got to learn to shoot it correctly. And our guys, we had practiced there a few times, so they were ready to do that. But, you know, it's overwhelming, too, so you got to keep your feet on the ground and be ready to go.
Mike, you guys at VCU, when you're there, were a play-in team. You kept upsetting teams just to make it to Houston. You kept winning, probably gaining confidence as a team. Can you relate to what you guys did to what perhaps Syracuse has done, although it was a play-in game, but the fact they are here at the Final Four now?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and you saw with Syracuse, they played with an edge the whole tournament, and I think at VCU in 2011, that was led by Shaka Smart, Shaka, who's now at UT. He had the edge. He led the guys with that edge, and we just said, hey, we're going to the next 40 minutes. We're going to go at it, whoever it is. We're going to go at them and see what happens and give ourselves a chance to win. But we were shooting the ball so well, so we were getting to a point where we were dominating some teams and having leads late in the games that everybody in the country was surprised of, including our coaching staff. And then when you get to the Final Four, you get this close, say, hey, let's try to keep doing it again. Well,
before we get to your pick and our pick, as we will go throughout the show, did anything surprise you in this tournament now that we're down to just these 4 teams?
Syracuse, for sure. They barely got in. Some people didn't think they should get in, a lot like VCU in 2011. But they've been in big battles for a long time. They have a coach that's been at Syracuse for 30-some years, and he's been here before. And he probably told the guys the right thing. He probably made sure they had an edge going into all their games, and they played some good teams. And to pull it out and to play the way they did today, it just shows that they're ready to do this. They might pull this out this weekend.
North Carolina, the #1 seed, coming to town. Roy Williams, he's got all the experience. He's been there forever, and what he did at Kansas. Do you think, you look at this group, is North Carolina the team to beat in your opinion?
I think so. It's Carolina. I mean, that's what everyone's going to say, and he's been here so many times, and they have a point guard. I think in the NCAA tournament, when you have guards playing very well, Marcus Page is leading his team. He's a credible leader and point guard. They definitely have a great shot to get it done.
Well, I asked you this before we got out here, and if North Carolina is the team to beat, the player you have to stop is obviously Buddy Hield. You're a coach. What do you do to stop him?
You better find out what hotel he's in and be ready to guard him as soon as he gets out of the hotel. In my opinion, the best player this year in college basketball. He's fun to watch. I'm glad we didn't have to play them to do that scouting report, but super player. But the neat thing about him is he makes his teammates better. And at this time of the year, when you play like he does and pull his teammates along and push them, anything could happen. If he gets a 30, 35-point night, he can will his team to a national championship.
Those 2 teams we've talked about, is that who you expect to see on Monday night, Oklahoma and Carolina?
Well, I grew up in Pennsylvania being a Villanova fan. My grandfather played at Villanova in the early 30s.
All right.
And so I'm pushing for them, but I just think, North Carolina and OU, that could be an unbelievable national championship game.
Can't let you go with talking real quickly, Rice basketball. You're putting your stamp on that program. I know you're happy with the progress you guys are making.
Yeah, we're really excited. We had the best way to say it is in 2 years we're building our culture, we're moving forward, and we had some young guys really step up. We had some injuries this year, but our freshmen really stepped up. We have another good class coming in, and we're working our plan, and we're fighting to be a player in our conference and Conference USA, and I'm really excited with the recruits we have coming in and what we're doing to move forward.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Always good talking Final Four. He's been there before. He knows what it's all about. Mike Rhoades, head basketball coach at Rice University. Have a great week. Enjoy the Final Four week.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's talk some Oklahoma basketball.